Hey folks, happy Saturday morning rant. Today, well, first of all, next week is Valentine's Day, so I want to say something loving and kind. I'm joking. But by the time I'm done, I'm going to try to say something kind so that y'all could feel like I'm in the spirit of Valentine's Day, whatever the fuck that means. But today I want to talk about boards of directors, which is rarely ever a subject that's about loving and kindness and so on. So I get this question at gym trainers. I get the question all the time, like, how do I build a board? How do I find board members? Because people think like, you're building a nonprofit, and at some point when foundations keep saying you need a board, that they need to just go out and suddenly look for some magical board of directors that's going to help them build a nonprofit. That's one of the worst fucking things you could do. Why? Because, like, you're hiring your boss. Hello. Like, how often in life do you get to hire your boss? And so if I get to hire my boss, I'm going to try to hire a boss that I really appreciate, that I respect, and that I think is actually has skin in the game and is here to help me build a thing that I say I'm here to build. Like someone that matches the vision, the mission, and the values of the organization. But like everybody else in life, I've made some big, huge fucking mistakes in the past. I've hired boards based on what I heard from nonprofit consultants about needing a board that is a fundraising board. And look, I'm not saying your board shouldn't fundraise. Every board should fundraise. Like, that's the responsibility of a board member. In fact, if you have board members that don't fundraise, you should just not even bother at all. Like, board members have to fundraise, and they have to volunteer, and they have to govern. All of that shit is true. But you could get all that and get board members who actually have some of the other things that I'm about to talk about. So I've hired board members in the past, or I've brought on board members that like could give me $10,000, and I'm like, oh shit, I got board members that give me $10,000. So 10,000 times 10 board members, that's $100,000 a year that I don't have to worry about raising somewhere else. That shit sounded great, except that's the worst fucking way to hire board members and to bring board members on board, because one, people who can really write a check for $10,000, I'm going to generalize for a minute, not everyone, but many of them haven't really been through the kind of shit that, particularly as black and brown leaders, you're going to end up going through. And so this part of the message is for like black and brown leaders who build nonprofits. Like, you want to hire people that's going to be around, that's going to roll with you when things get fucked up. And things are going to get fucked up. And actually, things are not going to get fucked up just about whether you do something wrong or whether something goes wrong with the nonprofit. The truth is, the more you do right, the more things are going to get fucked up for you as a black and brown leader. Like, literally, black and brown leaders are punished for success. And at the moment where they get punished, where they either get accused of something, or they didn't handle something well, or the audit didn't come out well, or they terminated someone who's suing, or they're being accused of something they didn't do, like, that is literally the moment where you will realize whether you hired the right board member. Why? Because that's the moment where you need your board members the most. You don't need them the most where you send them a board packet a week before the board meeting and they don't fucking read it, and they try to hurry up and look at it on their cell phone on the way to the meeting, or they're looking at it during the, I know it. I've been on like 25 boards. I've been on the boards of foundations. I've been on the boards of nonprofits. It's usually the busiest fucking people on boards. Rarely do you get a chance to actually read the board material. You come in the meeting, you fake it. You hope they're not actually asking you to vote on shit. If they are, fine, you pay attention in the meeting. But for the most part, you're ill prepared to actually handle the conversation because you're literally just reading the material. And I know you guys took a long time to put it together. Sorry, didn't really read it. Probably read it after the meeting because some shit will come up in the meeting that'll remind me that I should have read the damn thing. Most board members are like this. Not all. I appreciate the ones who are not like this, but I want to be honest, most people are. But that's not when you really need a board. Fuck that. Like, people voting on whether or not we should change paragraph 4, section 3, line 2 of the bylaws is not when you need board members. You need board members when the world is coming down and trying to crush you, and you need people to stand with you to be like, no, not only are we going to protect the institution, which is what people do, right? Like, that's the easy part. Like, what are we going to do to protect the institution? Institutions are conservative and are in the business of groupthink and protecting themselves. So you don't have to worry about whether the nonprofit is going to protect itself. Why? Because you got a bunch of board members that are worried about their ass. Then you got a bunch of staff members that are worried about their compensation. Then you have executive folks that are just chomping at the fucking bit to step into your role and take your leadership position. So that all happens automatically. Like, nonprofits are going to protect themselves regardless. You as a leader need to think about what kind of board members are going to, in the moment, think about protecting the organization, the institution, the values, the mission, the goals, the resources, but also the fucking people. That's what drives me crazy, is that board members are really in the business of recognizing that if you don't fucking protect the people, if you don't remember that, like, taking a leader from pet to threat overnight is fucked up and actually is antithetical to the mission of the organization, then why the fuck are you here? And so this message is actually not to those board members who do that, because they all fucking do it. I see it all the time. Like, literally, I built a business around board members acting the fucking fool when things go wrong instead of doubling down on their fucking mission and supporting the person. Like, literally, they just throw the fucking nonprofit leader out the door. And this is not just about black and brown leaders. I also see this happening with white leaders, definitely with directly impacted leaders. We actually do it to each other. That's the fucking crazy part. But sticking with this board thing for a second and speaking actually to new nonprofit founders and executive directors, hire a board of people who have already shown the willingness to roll with you through tough times. If they can't give $10,000 and they can only give $100, trust me, $100 from a board member that has your back and that is going to stick to their values and mission is better than 10 board members giving $10,000 that will fucking screw you over at the drop of a hat the moment things don't go well. Take it from someone who's fucking been there. Fuck those kinds of board members. Fuck those kinds of board members. Like, they're literally buying board membership for their donation anyway. They want to check a box. They want to run around and tell their progressive friends that they're on a board of an organization that's doing cutting edge work, but they don't realize that cutting edge work means that you're ruffling the feathers of powerful people, and that those powerful people will find a way to come for you, and that they're supposed to be standing alongside you in those moments, instead of suddenly realizing, oh shit, I am professionally and personally in jeopardy if I support this leader, and I'm going to marginalize this person, and we're going to find another black or brown person to step into the role, because it's so easy to switch out black and brown people and put other people in. And to be fair, there's a lot of black and brown people that are willing to step into other people's roles and just literally be the newest fucking, black person that makes it into the house. You don't need those kind of board members. They exist all over the place. Yes, they'll give $5,000 to $10,000. Some of them will give even more. I've been on lots of nonprofit boards with those people. I've actually been on staff of nonprofits that have those people. I've actually led development and nurtured those people and cultivated them and asked them for money and brought in money. They're not fucking worth it. You need people who are like the salt of the fucking earth that'll roll with you when times get hard. So yeah, next time you ask me, how do I build a board? Don't even fucking hire me to help you with that. Just listen to this fucking rant and you'll realize that you should just actually bring on board the people who have already shown a willingness to support you, not just in good times, but also in tough times. So, having said that, I guess I would so I said I was going to say some Valentine's Day shit. I don't know. I guess it's kind of love, to tell you the truth. I just gave you a fucking free game anyway. Charge people a lot of money for that kind of free game. So that's my Valentine's Day gift to y'all. In the meantime, don't let anybody steal your motherfucking rainbow. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. None of us are getting out of here alive anyway. Don't be hard on yourself, because also none of us are in jeopardy of mastering shit. Everybody's faking it, right? So be fair to yourself. And tune in for Saturday morning rants next week Saturday. In the meantime, I'm going to Seattle for the week. I'm going to be in Seattle for Valentine's Day. How cool is that? I'm going to be working, but if y'all know me, I love work. So that's exactly where I should be spending Valentine's Day. In the meantime, peace. Take care of yourselves.